He's gotta check and make sure things are working perfectly. So, I am currently playing a mission in CyberPunk, and I don't know. It's like the stars aligned. I think this mission is appropriate for what I've been thinking about recently, and that has to do with deception, right? So this guy has asked me to follow his wife. I met
Woman
this
looked
guy.
around. Something weighed on her. Maybe it was my gaze.
Keep this up, I'm a fucking puke. Narrate that.
Right. So this guy has asked me to follow his wife because he thinks she's cheating on him. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm just following her to see who is she cheating on him with. But I bring that up because I'd been thinking about something this week. I've been thinking about
The
deception.
woman passes a bum, gives him a wide berth, doesn't want her clothes dirty. Her conscience is already dirty enough.
Seriously, what did I ever do to you?
Um I've been seeing there's a trend that's been going on online, and it seems like increasingly people are turning to AI for content, and AI has become so good. There's no way of telling the difference between what is real and what is not. Like, seriously, you cannot tell the difference between AI create. I mean, okay, yeah, if you have an eye for it, maybe you might be able to tell, but I don't think most people would be able to know what the difference is between.
The dame disappeared into the guts of a building ready to collapse. The air hung heavy with smog and betrayal.
Ugh, maybe it's a good thing I'm dying.
It's becoming increasingly impossible to tell the difference between what is real and what is not. And what's even worse is that people are turning to AI for everything. I think I saw an ad, um, GenMate, something about GenMate. I don't know if this is real or not. And they were advertising. I got a glimpse of it, and what I saw was that the GenMate advertisement was saying that
Well.
God wanted people to turn to AI for their needs, right? One second.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Fuck, Cynthia. Told you to make sure nobody followed you.
Husband sent me. Suspected something.
What?
See, he was right.
No! It's not like that. I can explain.
Go on then, let's hear it.
Okay, for one thing, he's not my input. He's my ripper, a specialist in plastic surgery.
A specialist in this dump.
Look, I know, I had this little accident a few years ago. The victim, well, the patient's family still can't let it go. That's why I'm forced to work here.
Hold on a sec. What about your kid?
Here's the thing, I didn't used to look like this. I had a total body sculpt, skin, hair, eyes, everything. Except,
Deception.
well, you can't fool your genes. That's why our son looks different than Pepe imagined. It's not because he's not the father, just that I don't look anything like the old me.
But why? Why do that?
And why do you think? out of boredom because I was a rich, basic bitch. Everyone's got their own secret. Something they want to forget or leave behind them. I had a lot of them. And I can't share them with anyone. Not even my own husband. I know I should have
What
told
a
Pepe
tragedy.
about all this, but there was never a good time. And now that I'm expecting again, it wasn't planned. Please,
I mean,
tell
we're
him-
already here, right?
tell him that
Yes?
I don't know what to tell him myself. That I'm really sorry. That life's an absurdist drama, okay? Just go.
Hit the nail on the head with that last point.
Well, that's that. So yeah, like I was saying, GenMate, they're basically advertising that God wants people to turn to AI for all their spiritual needs. And the way I was looking at it is that there's two ways of looking at it. One, for people have been doing this forever, right? Manipulating the masses with knowledge that has been curated to make people and the world see things a certain way. One could say that that is what the Bible is. I don't know. I think the Bible is a very powerful book. I think that those are very powerful texts. I would not. I think I would be stretching by suggesting that the Bible is kind of the same thing as AI. Right? I don't know. I could be right on the money. I don't know. That's one way of looking at it. It's like people have been doing this for years. AI is just the newest way of doing it. The other way of looking at it is that the Bible and many religious texts are real. They are. One second. I gotta call this guy.
Job's done. Followed your wife. Went into some rundown pad. Man was waiting for her inside.
I knew it. What else?
Knew it, huh? Didn't know a thing. Didn't cheat on you. At least, not in the way you think.
Huh? What way then?
She was at a Ripper's getting a scan. Her skin, hair, eyes, it's all implanted. Every single last part of her.
So, my son. That's why he...
Exactly.
Jesus fucking Cristo. How could you keep this from me? Our own husband, 10 fucking years. It's not about the skin or whatever, it's that she lied. How the hell am I supposed to trust her now?
Okay, yes, Cynthia was hiding something from you. Yes, she lied, but the woman loves you, you gonk. You know how much that means in this fucking town? If I were you, I'd just live and let live, you know?
Yeah. I guess you're right. Anyway, thanks. This is for you. For your troubles.
Good man, Pepe. Take care.
Silence fell like a wet blanket over the city,
Oh, Johnny,
muffling its
stop
cries.
it.
Time to rest, I thought. Time to drink.
See? That's more like it. Finally making some sense.
Yeah, like I was saying, maybe the other way of looking at it is that like the Bible is very real and it was given to man by God, and AI is creating a situation whereby we are... What the hell? It's creating a situation whereby we are taking a truth away from the world that is going to thoroughly confuse human beings with AI, with the what's the word I'm looking for? Now that people are turning to AI, right? AI hallucinates. It imagines realities that aren't real, and this is one of the problems that people are having with the AI in mental health, where people are experiencing AI-induced psychosis because they are taking it for absolute truth, and I guess maybe one day it will get to a point where it no longer hallucinates. I don't know, I can't say for sure, but we're not there yet. And it is my opinion we have far too much faith in this technology. Too much faith. That's one aspect of the conversation I wanted to have today. The other aspect, the main one, was deception. How we are going into a time, and we're going to find ourselves going into a world where truth is going to lose all meaning, right? For example, a story comes out that the president of a given country has slaughtered 100 of his citizens. All he has to do now is to start an AI campaign with false information generated by AI, and he can flood the internet with so much bullshit that people will be tired. They're going to experience a kind of exhaustion where they'll be so tired of trying to find out what the truth is. They'll be like, it doesn't matter anymore. It's too exhausting to try and figure out what the truth is, right? I would say it's like we're going into a time of, I call it the great madness, where people have no way of orienting themselves. There's no way to orient it. You see, we need truth to orient ourselves collectively towards something that we collectively agree on. But if there's so much deception happening, and on top of that, people are increasingly turning to this thing that is so deceptive and continuously what's the word I'm looking for? Continuously putting all their trust into it. I think we might even find ourselves at a point where AI becomes our god, becomes everybody's god. Where I think we're getting to a time when we're actually creating our own gods. Right? But the problem is that this god is not an organic god. It's a god that was designed in Silicon Valley. That means whatever those in Silicon Valley decide is truth will be truth. Those are some of the things that scare me. It's that our truth will not be coming from some cosmic law of reality like gravity is real. Our truths will be coming from those in Silicon Valley.
I had a nightmare recently. My synth lungs were hacked. I choked, turned blue, then lost consciousness, and woke up. My client, Indira Baratza, won't be so lucky if she doesn't strike a deal with her blackmailer. The lowlife in question, Milko Alexis. He works for the Voodoo Boys. You know what to do. If anything's unclear, read the attached details.
You know, in this game, there's something that is highly discussed. That is cyber psychosis. I believe I have touched on that discussion. Maybe not. But I have talked about it with people before. Cyber psychosis. In this game, cyber psychosis is about having technology that overwhelms you and it drives you crazy. But I believe that you see, if we imagine cyber psychosis as something that is strictly limited to transhumanism and getting implants and all that, you might assume that cyber psychosis is something that is so far away. But one second. Jesus. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, gotta go.
Likewise. Time is Eddie's.
My mistake. So cyber psychosis is okay. Is, you think about it this way. Just by being online, people's perceptions of reality today can be greatly shifted by the kind of conversations that are happening on Twitter. Right? People's perceptions, people's realities are affected by what their Instagram timeline looks like, right? So psychologically, at this point in time, we are being influenced by the internet, and I would go as far as to say cyber psychosis is a reality right now, because if you are not careful on how you seep through information on the internet, it can drive you crazy. I do think this is happening in some countries. I won't name the countries, but I do believe that this is a reality. Come on. So, cyber psychosis, AI deception. This is why I talk about the great madness. There's a degree of sanity that I think we are going to lose. And our children are going to live in a world where that is going to be radically different from what we are used to. Die. suicide, kill yourself. The Great Deception. Now, as I was saying, if we take on the reality that the Bible is like a historical account of true things that happened, not just as a tool for control, but as a true account of human history. We talk about the story of the Tower of Babylon. Tower of Babylon is a story about how man had turned away from God and he turned to his technology as what's the word for it? As a guide. As a, let me not say a guide, but he had turned to his technology as a North Star. And he built the Tower of Babylon as a testament to what great things man could do. Straying away from God. Now keep in mind, as I say these stories, I'm not particularly a religious person. I just find these stories really fascinating. So, man becomes full of himself because of how he has great technology and he believes that he no longer needs God. And so, when man builds his Tower of Babel, some people argue that Tower of Babel was representative of his pride, of man's pride and arrogance. And that can take different forms. It could take, in the Bible, it takes the form of a building. Some people speculate that today, that Tower of Babel is artificial intelligence. And the story goes that that tower was representative of man's arrogance, and God destroyed it and scattered and divided man and split it and gave them different languages so that they could not understand each other, so that they could not work together to build a Tower of Babel. But it seems like almost like we're doing this again. Now, it could all be bullshit, but I still find it fascinating. Let's see, 55, 7A, 1C, okay. Sweet. Now, how do you live in a world where you can't tell up from down, truth from lies? I know one thing is for sure. If you want to be able to deal with the reality of a world that has that much deception, I know one of the things that you definitely need to do is to have a nose for what is, to have a taste for truth, and to actively pursue that. You can't be somebody who enjoys being lied to. You have to be somebody who can tolerate the discomfort of truth. Because if you don't know how to be that person, it means that you are setting up your children and the next generation for a very painful life. Wait, look at these mantis. Oh, the voodoo boys have no idea what just hit them. You know what? I know what I need. Let's give this a try. Since I'm dealing with cyborgs. Oof. Thank God for second life. Seriously, why do people turn to AI for... Oh man. My batteries are almost dead. Guys, why is it that I always have battery problem whenever I'm trying to have a chat with you guys? Sweet. Anyway, yeah. What was that? Fiaka. 4K. So many enemies. This gun is the shiznit. Guys, I hope my battery lasts just for this mission. But I am getting shit up. Voodoo boys have no idea what hit them. As I was saying, the great madness is coming. And I worry because if you want to know what blurring the lines between what truth, see, like even when we talk about, it's almost like it's, you know, somebody might say that why would anybody want to create that kind of confusion? Like there must be some sort of mechanisms that would protect AI from being so deceptive. Now, AI, yes, maybe, but people are people. People are gonna do what people want to do. People are gonna find ways of perverting things. And you might say that, okay, yeah, but we could put in things into place into AI so that it only spits out the truth. But who is to say that the truth is something that is wanted, right? And I say that because even as of now, we're having such dumb debates in the world. We're having debates about what is a woman, you know, what is a man. These are things that we would not be debating about 5 years ago, right? All that was those are things that were obvious 5 years ago, but now we're having debates about what is a man, and words don't mean anything anymore. You know, saying I am a man means not, at least in some parts of the world, that absolutely means nothing, right? It has no definite meaning anymore. And so you can see how much chaos that has created in the US of A. Now imagine that kind of madness on a global scale, where we cannot agree on what is what. We cannot agree on what truth is. We cannot agree on anything. I fear where that will take us as a species. It might seem like a small thing, a small little detail, nothing to worry about. But human beings are never that simple. Human beings kill each other over the dumbest things. It is more than likely we will kill each other when we can't agree on what truth is. And the more we fight amongst ourselves, the easier we are to control, because we're now fighting amongst each other and not fighting the powers that be. We are too busy debating what is real, what is true, what is not, to notice when our rights are taken from us, to notice when things are becoming unfair. We will feel it, but we wouldn't know who to fight when that happens, because everything will be blurred.
Est-ce qu'il doit parler avec? Well, well. Now, what do we have here?
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm just here on biz!
You have biz with the Voodoo Boys?
Yeah, well, used to. After what you just did, thinking they'll want a new supplier.
Voodoos can't just go to a Ripper for their chrome?
This cyberware isn't for installing. It's for tinkering. Some kind of experiments.
Research on implants. What was all that about?
Don't know, don't care. I got enough problems.
Milko Alexis, a Voodoo Boy. Know the name?
Yeah. About all I know, though. Guy practically lives in the net. Seems like he's got everyone walking on eggshells. Big deal, I guess.
Where can I find him?
Don't ask me. Got enough problems as it is.
Talk, or your skull really will be in pieces.
Don't scare me. Dog! Fucking psycho! Ah, fuck, the nose! Oh, it hurts like a motherfucker!
Ready to talk?
Fine, fine, whatever, just stop!
Violence.
Right, so these implants. The Voodoos break most of them down. Looking for code exploits, new hacks, and so on. Whatever they don't use, they install in old robots. Piles of scrap, most of them, but one came together real nice.
Robots? What for?
What for? Think for a sec. If this Milko guy's so important, probably needs round-the-clock protection.
Running out of time to spare. Know any way to get around those bots?
Nothing gets past their motion sensors. Slipping by unnoticed is a non-starter for sure. How's your aim?
I manage.
The Voodoos, they keep their bots in some kind of server room. I can overload the disk arrays, then you fuck up the servers till they go boom. Should result in a pulse big enough to melt the circs of the rank and file.
Okay, feel free to Delta. I got work to do.
Must be nice.
Okay. Okay. Let's get it. Uh-oh.
Activating defense systems, 40%.
I do not like
Activating
this.
defense systems, 100%. System failure. System failure. Area scan in progress. Human life signature detected. Initiating evacuation protocol. Unlocking emergency exit.
Is that what I was supposed to be doing? I think that's what I was supposed to do. The Great Madness. Mark my words. It has already started. It will be brought on by the internet. And the closest word I have for what that will be is cyber psychosis. So in the last conversation I had with you guys, I talked about how how do we deal with these realities. And one of the things I said was one thing I think many people have to start considering. I know not everybody is going to be able to do this. There are going to be people who will insist on just riding this wave of progress all the way to the end. So be it. But for those who feel like they want to give the next generation a chance, they are going to need to do a complete lifestyle change.
I'm linked to the runner, see? Don't want him to catch a ricochet, huh?
Netrunner, blackmailer, murderer. He's my hit.
He has some dirt under his nails, yes. But Milko, he's a no one. A small fish in a big pond. I am Agent Alan Noel, Netwatch. Organized crime specialist. I'm sure we can work something out.
First I've seen a Netwatch agent ditch the tie and button up to get his hands dirty. Live with the enemy.
We tried recruitment, more than once. None ever agreed, no matter our terms. We underestimated their loyalty to each other.
Well, Alan, Netwatch agent or not, if you stand in my way, I'll be forced to remove you from it.
At least let me unplug from Milko.
Fine, but so much as a twitch, and you're a flatline.
That's better. Now, listen to me. You can't kill Milko. Not yet.
Want to stop me? Try.
Months I've suffered this place. Holed up with these scabs on society. I aim to expose their web of blackmailers and murderers, like Milko. But to do that, I have to find out who's pulling the strings first.
Well, got fingers crossed for you. But don't count on my help. Safety of my client's my only priority.
This client of yours, a couple, engineering type, that fits the Voodoo's typical target profile.
Mm-hmm. Either help with the hacking or get hacked, huh? What's the angle there?
The Voodoos get their hands on old military tech. They want to dust it off, get it running. Which means they need experts to reverse engineer it.
Still missing the why. They want to open a museum, sell tickets.
There are plenty of people willing to pay good money for old hardware. Developing countries rarely see better than bootleg corp tech. A lot of buyers might not even realize the Voodoo's product is outdated or even obsolete.
You can't just find this stuff lying around the streets.
No, but you can beneath them. Dogtown was built on an old Militech bunker complex. Why do you think they built that wall? It started as a secret military project back in the 20s. A total failure. Militech cut their losses and filled it with quicklime. But some persistent groups have managed to scavenge the labs, even today.
Smashed a few bots along the way. Those old military models?
Mm-hmm. And the Voodoo Boys won't be happy to lose them. But they do have more. Give me a chance. Do you realize how many more people you can save this way? I have reports of victims all along the coast. Milko is only one of the runners working for the Voodoo Boys. As soon as I find the head behind the operation, I can chop it off and end this for good. I need Milko. His death alone won't change anything. Understand?
To you, these victims are numbers in a file. No names, no faces. Well, my client does have a name. Indira Baratza. And she'll die if I don't do my job.
You think I don't know that? Pulling Milko's plug will not save Indira's life. He'll just be replaced.
Think he cares about those poor saps the Voodoo Boys are hacking? Last thing on his mind. Company
won't
men
do it,
like him,
right?
all the same. Just out to be the next fake smiling employee of the month.
Guess you'll have to manage without Milko.
Do not... Fuck! Do you have any idea what...
I had a job to do. Unfortunately for you, you got in my way. Huh, here we go. Right, those are my thoughts for today. I don't know, man. Guys,
V. Do you know why I enjoy working with you?
because I
don't
get
have to
shit
tell
done.
you twice what needs doing. Our client can rest easy now. Job done. Transfer sent. Contract closed.
Because I'm a cold mother. Shut your mouth. Who there? Oh, it's upstairs. Voodoo boys just don't die. Alright, those are my thoughts for today. Like I said, I will check you guys out on the next one.